But I'll definitely give you.
That's kind of worried about.
Yeah, but I'll give it to you and then a few options to what to do.
They're big road tolls, build new freeways and make people pay to drive on them. The user pays, which all sounds very, very smooth. Except there's one aspect he pointed out, which is very absolutely vital. If you put a road or a rail through an area that hasn't got those proper services, all the land values along the track rise. People within so many metres or half a kilometre or something, their land prices will rise. A lot of them won't know it, it's quietly living in their homes. They obviously won't notice it unless they go to sell the place and the land agent, the real estate agent will say, oh, this place is worth 600,000. The owner will say, what? And you bought it for 200,000. Because, and so this letter suggested that rates should go on the buildings. And he also suggests that this idea of levying tolls is to get the ordinary people to be paying to enrich other people who hold land, which includes some ordinary people like us who owners, but there's some big business people who have lots of land, and they will get richer and richer. Amazing. So that letter is excellent. And the another aspect.
Can you repeat that point?
No.
No?
I've forgotten. Rambling too much.
Okay, so you're saying that landowners should pay some of the money that are used to build the roads because they benefit from the roads in terms of property values.
All right, I'll explain it more because it is important.
Yeah, but also that's contentious, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because the property values where the freeways, etc., are going to be built are in city areas anyway, and the values are dearer anyway through that.
That's right. Well, what it is, the theory behind his letter is that, which even may not be spelled out in the letter, but I know the theory behind him. I'm meeting him in Melbourne. He's one of the performers that I'm with. The theory is that a lot of the taxes that are imposed on the ordinary people are really the wealthy trying to get wealthy at the expense of the poor or the middle class, the less wealthy. And it's amazing some of the lurks that Parliament has allowed him. For instance, if you're wealthy enough to go overseas travelling, you can buy goods in duty-free shops, you can go overseas travelling and back you come. But what about the poor old person on a low wage, not going to get anywhere in life, he hasn't got a university degree, he hasn't got brains, he might have good luck later perhaps, but if he doesn't have good luck, he'll always be poor, never go overseas or hardly ever, and he won't be buying these duty-free goods. Another lurk and perk.
But now that's no longer true. You can now buy things off the internet, which means that you still have the lurks and perks of these rich people. In that way, it's becoming more democratic.
Yeah, that is true. Yes, I agree. It's true.
Good comment.
Yeah, good comment. Thanks.
I don't often support the right wing, but
not the right wing, and it's the middle of the road. Anyway.
So what about over in Perth? You got a threat of this over there with these freeways and tolls?
Not that I know.
No, right.
Freeways.
I heard the economy is really suffering over there. Is that right?
No.
It's not. It's like it's gone down like that, died.
It's a two-track economy, and the tracks are just bigger in WA.
Is that it?
What it is?
Texas is a big state.
Yeah, it is.
Certainly.
There's not much left, is there, over there?
They're digging it up as fast as they can, shipping it out to dictatorships and other dangerous powers. I'm quite amazed at it.
Like America.
Yeah, America is a dangerous power. I'm not right. America has fought 50 wars since the Second World War, some amazing number. I've got a book written by some of these malcontent authors, and it's listed them. You know, some little tin pot
public speaking in
and you know about the Panama Canal area. I forget when this went on. There was a little republic called Panama, so the international money canal through. And one bright day, in came foreign troops and said, "This strip won't be part of the Republic of Panama anymore. It'll be Panama Canal Zone." Oh dear, how nice. They did not take have a referendum.
The same thing happened in the Suez. There was the great game between Russia and England back in the 18 or 1700s. But the French originally built the Suez Canal back in 1790. It was widened by the English after the French suffered, I think, a banking collapse in France.
As you do.
Napoleonic Wars. It was one of the first banking collapses in history, and it led to I think last time I heard, the Americans were still giving $1 billion a year to the Egyptian government to keep their own people under control.
Right.
And they don't really sponsor democracy in these places because it's not in the Americans' best interest.
That is
Or the power of the bees'
It's a
interest.
good point. You know, I'm not right wing, I'm in the middle of the road. That is, I agree with you, and I've got books by those wonderful authors that expose it. I can't remember one of the names, but he wrote a book that's called 9/11, and he listed all the bad. Guantanamo Bay is still going on. They're torturing people and holding people without being convicted of anything, suspected terrorists.
To me, you have to uphold the Geneva Convention, whether it's onshore or offshore.
Correct. And we know some of the people that were sent there were just, you know, did I give this case in the previous year? A taxi driver and his passenger were driving along somewhere in, what's it called, Afghanistan, and a guy on the sidewalk told them they're terrorists. You get paid money to dob terrorists. You got the money, and how many you can go and find him?
Oh, with a tin.
Every 6 days called American name, and they disappear.
I saw him once in Fishland for some charities.
So he would just disappear with the money, and this pair, they couldn't believe it when they came out. They gave interviews to the press.
What about the weapons of mass destruction thing? And that guy who used to run the Arab base or whatever it is?
You saw that with an Iraqi? And he smiled as he said he was coming out.
And they have one source of information for all this.
One source of information to go and kill.
Talk about scientific method.
And so, you are right, it's very it's a disgrace.
But the thing is, they wanted to believe it.
I haven't seen him in the
That's
last
the thing. I mean, you know, we're supposed to be a legalistic country. We believe in right of reply and all of these things, and yet,
Who believes in that?
well, the West is supposed to believe in
Who
it.
told you that?
That when you go to court, then
People like us
you have the
believe
right
it,
to answer the charges that are brought against you. And
but the upper crust don't.
I don't
Well, you
hear
have
many.
to ask yourself who told you that and who's telling you that.
That's
The upper
right.
crust.
That's right. But
Yes.
we go into other countries with the claiming that these on the basis of these principles, and if we do that, then we have to take ownership for that.
All this talk about the West being a democracy didn't actually exist before World War II. The reason they talked about it is they needed some way to differentiate, say, America and England from the countries they were fighting. So they said, okay, they're fascist, we're democracies, we're defending this system, you go fight them. And so
You're basically demonising the enemy.
Yeah.
Standard propaganda technique.
So the meme stuck. It's also like we're free, you know, they're not. It's justified to fight them. But you have to realise who's telling you that and why they're telling you that. And really, there's no basis for anyone to say we're free, except in order to exploit us, to make us think we're free and these countries we're fighting for.
And I think the United States Constitution is the most wonky and shaky thing.
It's got some good points. I mean,
Yeah, it's got some good points. The Senate's silliness. It's only 2 senators from every state, so you can't get minorities in to give a different point of view. And the senators can stonewall things for ages. But the worst thing is that Obama went in saying he would close down Guantanamo. More or less, we thought he was going to pull out of Afghanistan and Iraq. And here he is, he's gone through one full term as president, and he's still sitting there just doing what, well, some people call Wall Street are telling you.
some people say that some people have given the argument before that Obama's got a certain history that predates his period as a president, and he's never been shown to be somebody that actually supports withdrawing from Afghanistan or Iraq. His political ideology doesn't really support that idea. If anybody was smart enough, they should have realised that before they got voted into Parliament.
People jump to a conclusion about Obama because he was a
I'm not sure if
Democrat
that's
and
correct.
Presumably
He made
because
wonderful
of Islam.
speeches, as most politicians do.
But you're right, there was absolutely no basis apart from wishful
And the
thinking.
proof,
I don't know the history of that, but that's what other people
well,
have
I'll
told
give
me.
you a small bit of a history of him. Some of his speeches made it sound as if he was against big business and Wall Street. He got into the White House, out went Bush's Wall Street. We will, out went Bush's Wall Street people, and in came people from the same firms, the same big wheeler dealers.
Speakers Forum. We come here every Sunday, speak about different things. Some people speak about religion, some people speak about politics. Our friend here is speaking about toll roads and
toll payroll.
and also we've sort of led into some other subjects.
We're actually giving poor old.
Ask me a question, I'll speak.
Yeah, what do you want to speak about?
Religion. Ask me a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll just let him finish. You can stand and we can give you 10 minutes when he's finished.
Yes. So, summing up, the idea of charging tolls for roads. If those who study history, and many of the younger generation were given no history in school, there were toll roads in the Middle Ages. The lord of the manor would get all his peasants to come out and we're going to build a bridge across this river. And you're going to do the work. You've got so many boon days. They actually call it in English, I know what other countries call it. Boon days. Boon means a gift. Yes, a gift to the lord of the manor. So he built a bridge
Well, let him
and then
finish.
he employed someone. He increased employment. Someone to collect the tolls. It was a benefactor. So that's the sort of...
Is there actually...
Hello? So this group I'm with is called the Georgists. They call themselves site value people and all that. And I've never heard them say that because that might be a way to get the ordinary public and the politicians to actually head that way a bit. Because their theory is to get rid of all the stupid nuisance taxes, payroll tax. It's only levied on bigger employers, I admit, but why should they be penalised for giving other people a chance to earn a living, buy a house, get married, have children, have holidays and do decent things in society? Help the poor if they want to help the downcast. So we shouldn't be taxing people for employing people. We shouldn't be taxing people for buying and selling goods and services, for goodness sake. And if you're an overseas investor and you buy land property in the central business district or a farm or something, that tax that's supposed to get you for after a few years, you only pay 50% of it. So if Mr. Aussie or Mrs. Aussie buys a building in Melbourne, they've got to pay the full, what's that tax called? It's a big tax on the end of it.
The stamp duty?
No, stamp duty's at the start. No. Anyway, I'll now finish
Oh,
off.
capital gains. Capital gains.
Tax,
Capital gains.
If you're an overseas investor, you get a 50% rebate. I only found that out about 3 days ago. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your close attention. I'm so pleased that no one was talking while I was making my speech.
Oh, we were though.